welcome back to Subconsciously Speaking. I'm Ilah. This is What's in Your Mind. My name is Ilah Brock Renzi, and I am a board-certified hypnotherapist here in Visalia, California. Over the next couple of episodes-ish, I'm going to be talking to you about topics on relationships, breakups, and boundaries, intermingling the three, and kind of share how hypnotherapy can help with those three things. And then anything that might be, a string along to those. So today we're going to talk about actual relationships and overthinking a little bit. And I'm going to share some of my own personal examples in this, and then what I've done to help myself stop it, if you will. So understand, this typically does not have gender bias at all, but I am going to be talking from the female-male perspective of relationships. I don't have expertise in same gender, same sex relationships. I have expertise in this, but it does go along. So just, forgive me if you like, well, what about, just, you can still use it. You can still use it. It's okay. It's okay. So before we get started, I have a little ditty, okay? I found this and I thought it was hilarious, so I got to share. So, a grizzled old sea captain walks into a bar with a peg leg, one eye patch, and a hook for a hand. He orders a drink, and the bartender, curious, starts asking questions. The bartender says, "How'd you lose your leg?" And the captain, "We're chasing the great white whale, lad. Dangerous business." And the bartender said, "And the hook?" A swashbuckling accident." Now the bartender says, "Wow, then how'd you lose your eye?" Captain says, "A seagull pooped in my eye." The bartender said, "Wait, how did that make you lose your eye?" And the captain says, "'Twere me first day with the hook." I know, it's an old joke, but I thought it was funny, made me laugh. Hopefully just you roll your eyes, or maybe it was a groaner for you too. My cameraman's back here chuckling, trying not to, shaking his head too. Oh, these are funny. I like whatever. But anyway, here we go. Have you ever made a list of those things in a relationship that you do not like in a relationship? I want you to pause this. Go ahead and make a list. 2, 3, 3, 4, whatever. Make a quick list and then come back. These are things that you do not like in a relationship. Now, of this list, how many of those things do you allow in your relationship? Some of you never allow and have a strong boundary about specific things. And there's many of you, probably more than don't, maybe realizing that you've allowed these behaviors and you really would rather not, but you don't know how to not do that. So my list consists of silence. I hate silence. When you're asking a question of somebody and they just don't, there's nothing. There's not even nothing. That drives me crazy. Or worse yet, you go an entire day and you don't hear a word from them. And you're just, what's the deal? What did I do wrong? You feel like you're in trouble. Or being ignored or not validated is another one, or being dismissed. Go on, don't talk to me, you puny little human, or whatever it is. These last two kind of go hand in hand, being ignored, validated, and dismissed. But do your words hold weight in your relationship when you speak? If you had a long time relationship, are you still valued in it? Or are you just, status quo? Your relationship, although it does take its time, at a point when when the honeymoon stage is over, it tends to, kind of level itself out and you get comfortable. And that's great, but there should still be always some kind of a working spark that the two of you work on. So the number one issue with a new relationship, hands down, is communication. Your partner cannot read your mind, but still is expected to know what you're thinking. And even though you're giving subtle hints or subtle cues or whatever, that's that's not how it works. So why don't you just tell them what's in your mind? I think in part, there's fear. Remember, this is like in a new relationship. You've been dating maybe a month. Fear that you will cause them to leave the relationship. And then what? And then what? Make an answer for that question. And then what? It's like, so? Look at it another way. If you explained to someone that you do not care for profanity, and they don't listen, and they ignore you and your boundary on profanity, and they continue to be profane, you have a choice. You can speak to them again and see what happens. And if you're constantly having to ask them over and over again, that's a red flag. They're not valuing what you have to say in the relationship. They're just ignoring you. They're dismissing what you feel. Just hold on to it if it's your boundary. Maybe you're not feeling that. I would end it right now. There's no reason you owe this person anything other than, no, we're not doing that. I've had, back in my dating days, and which weren't that long ago, I was married for a long time, and then I started dating when I was in my early 50s-ish, maybe mid-50s, somewhere in there, I don't remember now. But I dated a lot during that time, and I really was experimenting and just learning about how dating works. And part of it was just to, explore and have fun and just see if there's another person out there or a person out there that I can connect with. But I was also learning about me and myself, but I didn't realize how deeply I was learning about myself. And I'm going to be bringing myself into this, so autobiographical, if you will. But there is a line where you can say, no, I'm done. I remember sparking up a phone conversation with a gentleman, and we'll be talking for a few minutes. And I've already warned them by communicating, not warned, it's such a harsh word, but I've let them know already, I don't like creeps. And if I find you're being creepy, I'm going to hang up on you mid-sentence and block you within 10 seconds. And you're not going to know what hit you. I can't tell you how many times that's happened, dozens, if you will. Just, you know what? I don't owe them any explanation. I don't owe them anything other than ciao. If they're like, wait, what happened? That's on them. If they're not grown up enough to respect a boundary that I've put out. But how did I get here? It wasn't always like that. It was probably 7 or 8 years ago, 7 years ago. I was dating a gentleman who I liked. He liked me, and we were, we were seeing, we would just go out on a couple dates a week or whatever. He wanted a girlfriend, and I was newly divorced, so still trying to navigate what the single life would be like for me. Anyway, I was being very pushy and needy, and I didn't understand enough at that point. There was a day when he said he wanted to talk to me, and I was supposed to go over there and have dinner with him that night, but he didn't contact me. It was later in the way later in the afternoon, and I was just like waiting to hear from him. I mean, literally waiting by the phone, keeping myself busy, I shouldn't have been doing that, but this is my own insecurities. So then what happens? He calls, and we talk for a few minutes, and he just said, look, I don't think I want a relationship with you. I don't think I want a relationship right now. Well, it was his cue. He doesn't want a relationship with me. So talk about being devastated. Now, I was devastated. So we finally hung up, and I just spent the next 5 hours crying my eyes out. I'm texting and calling and talking to my girlfriends, trying to navigate, just really brokenhearted. And I texted this friend of mine. I told him about what had happened, and he's so wise. It's like, so can you give me some ideas of how I can look at this? And he said, wait, now here's the kicker. I was in this relationship for less than 2 months, and it made me feel like this. And he said, clearly, this has nothing to do about that relationship. I mean, the dude and I didn't even, I love you or anything. I didn't even know I don't even think I loved him. I was learning, I wifed him. That's what I did. I know how to be a wife. I knew how to take care of a house, and that's what I did. I cleaned his house, I wifed him, and I'd go home and, contemplate what I'm going to do next or whatever. So when he said, clearly this has nothing to do with a 2-month relationship, because I was so heartbroken, it occurred to me at that moment, I had a relationship when I was 16 that was 2 months that never kind of resolved itself. But I remember how my mother handled it with me. In her mind, and this is just how I was taught, when something bad happens, you are to overreact. So that's what I did. I just did exactly what I was supposed to do, what I was taught. And a lot of how we do relationships is how we overreact. Once I realized that, my crying stopped immediately. I got over the problem. It was no big deal anymore. And it really helped me level up. Kind of became the beginning of me gaining that security and not having a jealous bone in my body. And I don't, not anymore. The insecurity was so strong. It was crazy. So I did identify my own insecurities. I created a new self-image of myself and gained some emotional maturities and a solid way to think. Overthinking in a relationship happens all the time. Somebody that I had been dating, just when I say dating, we just went out for coffee or we go out to dinner or whatever. It was no big deal. But if I don't hear from them in a day, I freaked out. That's when I learned I don't like silence. So communicating. So my late husband, who just passed away 4 months ago, he knew this because I communicated it to him. I don't like silence. Now, if I ask a question and I needed an answer from him, his way of responding was not responding. So I had to help him understand, you don't have to give me an answer. I just need to know that you heard me. So even saying the words, you know what, let me think about it for a couple days. Great. I got some information. Now I don't have to worry about silence, right? Also, looking at men and women, we're different, obviously. So women have 75 ways of thinking about things, and we can go into a meeting, for example, for 3 minutes, and we can come out and explain that meeting for 3 hours. And a man can go into a 3-hour meeting and come out and explain it in less than 3 minutes. So women are fine printers and men are headliners, okay? So that was another thing. I wanted to learn about the headlining style about guys' thought. And it really helped once I grappled with it and I trusted it. Now, if men can trust themselves, why can't I trust what they're trusting? That makes sense? So when I send a text to somebody, hey, let's get together this weekend and go to the beach or go sail a boat or something, and I get a response back, no, thank you. I'm looking at that, originally it's like, whoa, what did I do wrong? Okay, again, you have to understand you're not in trouble. You get triggered by something from your past that created this idea that you're in trouble because someone rejected you. The no thank you wasn't a rejection, it was just they're busy. But in my head, busy with what? What are they doing? Why do they want to be with me? No. That's not, no. So I was asked, how did they say it? I was like, I don't know. It was in a text. Exactly. So we have to put no inflection in text. Take them for face value. No thank you meant no thank you. And men like to pursue. So let the men pursue you. And you can play hard to get, not so hard if you really want the guy to be in your life. So those are some things that I've done to help me cope with the silence and being dismissed. And I've just created a new self-awareness of my own self through hypnotherapy to help me understand that I don't have to worry about what's going on that I don't hear. The silence is the part that bothers me probably the most, so I communicate. I don't like silence. If I'm interested in you, I don't want us to be silent. But if there's just a, not really a big interest, I'm not even going to communicate that, because then I don't care, if you know what I mean. Okay. So again, listing out those things that you don't like, and then learning that there is an element of acceptance here. Okay, and in a relationship, communication, big. And as you're growing in it, the very beginning of it, boundaries are probably the biggest area that we lack. Why don't we want to establish our boundaries early on? Well, we're afraid. You're afraid. What are you afraid of? You're afraid of losing somebody. But if you don't really have them yet, how can you lose them? You know what I mean? It's like, look at it that way. So again, in a new relationship, it's in their mind, it's not a big deal, whatever the boundary is, then you know what? Lose them. Lose them. You want to make sure that they understand. If they're truly being understanding, it is a big deal to you. One little thing can be a big deal, and it should be recognized and acknowledged. There's a video, I encourage everybody to watch it. It's 1 minute and 42 seconds. Find it on YouTube. It's called It's Not About the Nail. You will learn the difference between men and women within 1 minute and 42 seconds. It's brilliantly done how men and women think. It's not about the nail. Find it on YouTube. I show it to my clients all the time. It's a wonderful piece of information that I know you can't explain it better than that. Okay, so, and now I'm going to share some more information about relationships. How to establish, what do you do in the beginning of a relationship? Let's say it's starting to get serious and you're really focused, and let's say you've now gained some emotional maturity and your insecurities are dying out, your codependency is leaving, your independence. I mean, what is it that they fell in love with? What is it that you fell in love with? Don't lose those sight. Don't lose that sight. One of the things my husband said he loved about me was my independence. And so I truly kept that going. It's like, I don't know what part of how that looked. I just, whatever I was doing before we met, I just kept doing it, etc. And it just made life more fun for both of us. And then, so you have this relationship, and let's talk about communication and how important is the relationship. So you have two people, and these two people, they're falling in love and they love each other and blah, 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 and it's getting all mooey and gooey and gushy. But let's say she sees an opportunity and she presents it to him. Maybe he sees it and presents it to her, it doesn't matter. But if both of you are not in agreement with that opportunity, a good relationship says let it go and don't get butthurt about it. Just let it go. It's not more important than keeping the relationship. It's not about having my way. And it's not about take and take. It's not 50-50. It's really 100% give and give. That's keeping the relationship sound like that. Having somebody who has the same belief system and values that you do doesn't have to be 100% identical, but your political and spiritual views should be in alignment to some degree. I mean, I have made no bones about it. I am very much a right-wing conservative, but I don't, this is like one of the few places I've announced it publicly. It's my own personal thing. So my husband also was a very much a right-wing conservative, and we got along beautifully like that. I couldn't imagine if we had opposite views. It does make it a little more challenging. Also spiritually, where are you? Are you agnostic, atheist, Christian, Buddhist, Sikh? What is it? Does your partner have, an aligning view of what that looks like together with you? Okay, so I'm going to close out for today. Well, when I say part one, I'm going to go into part two here pretty soon. You're going to see me wear the exact same thing, but I'm going to set up again for part two. And I'm going to go through holding boundaries and what they look like, and giving you a bunch of examples of boundaries in a relationship that maybe you have that are just, what are you afraid of to move forward with? Anyway, if you have any questions, please reach out to me. You can find me on my website, centralvalleyhypnotherapy.com or ilahbrock.com. It'll go right to my website. Another .com to go to my website. I got several. calmbeginshere.com. Easy. Or you can just call me, 559-749-4803. 559-749-4803. I hope you learned a little bit, and let's stay tuned for part two. Take care, y'all. See you next time.